It's important to be here at our local parks. Students from schools in the communities that surround these parks come out on the BioBlitz field study to delve deeper into nature. They're going to be exploring and discovering things that they may not even realize are here.
A BioBlitz is an activity that scientists and students can participate in. We go to a park and we try to identify everything that's living there, whether it's the plants, the animals, or the decomposers.
So the students get a real hands-on, eyes-on, nose-on, ears-on experience with BioBlitz.
You are going to be following your chaperones, and then I'll be taking you down the trails. Each group leader has a lovely gear bag, and inside that gear bag are your materials for collection.
And we're going to be conducting something called a BioBlitz today. Does anyone know what that word means? Yes.
It's like research done on like biodiversity where you record down all the data you get.
Then we're going to head off into the forest, and again we're going to look at all the biodiversity that we find in a forest. So let's get going.
We're going to take in the sounds, and then we're going to share our experiences. This part's about science, but it's also about your experience with this ecosystem.
What we do with BCPS is we take about 3 hours with lots of help from all of our students in 5th grade to cover as much ground as possible. Are you guys ready to BioBlitz? Yeah! All right, you're gonna follow me down the trail.
All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah!
What are we going to do?
BioBlitz!
Let's roll.
I love hiking.
So we are in our groups. We're gonna stay with our chaperones, and we're gonna be BioBlitzing this miners trail.
It is good.
And then you take your pencil and lightly color around it.
They're exploring all over the meadow. They're looking for those producers and consumers. And what I hope they understand at the end of the day is many of the producers and consumers that they find here, they're not going to find in the forest, and vice versa, because there's all different needs that each of those organisms have. Okay, so we've had a chance to explore kind of the macro world of the meadow. Now we're going to focus in on the micro world. So what you're going to do with your group is you're going to pick a spot, and you're just going to explore that small area for the next 10 minutes.
They're going to be using tools, and those tools are going to help them to bring that nature closer to them.
So we've been taking pictures right here, and we've been filling in the identification. We just took a picture of the shrub. And before, over there, we found a mushroom, a little patch of mushrooms on the ground.
And so each time that we find that stuff, we like take a picture of it.
So the use of technology here on this BioBlitz field study is taking these tablets and using these to download data, photographs, information on organisms, and then it plots them in different areas of the park. It gives a visual for the students of the biodiversity located at each of these parks. We don't typically see technology and nature going together in this manner, but in this particular case, it's a beautiful match. So when you take the picture, it's after you did the data. The only time you take the picture first is if, say, a deer's going by or a beautiful butterfly. Are they going to stay put for you? No. So you take the picture first, get it in the gallery, and then you can go back and enter the data. So you just type it in. If you don't know the name, that's okay. And then now we have all of our data. We go up to that little paper clip with the plus, and we go to camera.
It's a lot of hands-on. And it's amazing what these kids will find. It's amazing what they know.
I see it.
Whoa!
I don't see it.
Good job, excellent. So this millipede will get bigger, so it sheds. Gorgeous!
And I saw the millipede and I was like, look at that, we have to pick that up. And so Trey scooped it up and then Adam took a picture of it.
So they're going to take the information that they gathered here today at this location, and then when they do their BioBlitz at school in the spring, they can compare the two locations to see if it's a successful ecosystem or if it's not. So they're going to be able to make those connections.
We were trying to get a picture of maybe that area here, and you'll put in the moss though. or this little tree here. You've got all kinds of things. I'm going to let you pick. This is your experience.
For this BioBlitz, we rely heavily upon chaperones and their involvement. We do have a chaperone training the morning of the field study. So while the students are at school in the morning, the parents come here and we train them how to use the equipment, how to use the device, so that way they'll feel comfortable in their role of guiding the students in their mini groups throughout the day.
What is it?
Baby gardener snake.
Amphibian and reptile.
You may want to get the white paper.
What did you get?
Male.
Good.
And look at the different species. This is a wolf spider.
Anything under there?
Ew! A beetle!
There you go.
To get it out, Miranda, get it with the spoon.
The teacher will then be able to float between all those mini groups, and we ourselves will be able to float between all those mini groups.
Yeah, that is great. Hit okay. And then remember what we have to hit so we can save the data? Done.
What Maryland Biodiversity Project does is capture all of the species of living things in the state. The environment's changing faster than ever before, and we're helping to document what's showing up where, what's declining, and we need your help.
Team BioBlitz!
So one of the things that is preeminent on our minds is student safety. We try to keep them out of taller grasses to avoid ticks. We have them do a tick check when they're all done. We have them avoid poison ivy.
The bonus is that kids are learning to love nature and get out there and not to be afraid of places they haven't explored before.
Put your thumb up if you think this was a successful area for BioBlitzing as far as seeing different types of food chains.
What's so unique and interesting about BioBlitz is that the kids have an opportunity to explore. We give them a lot of time to do something that they often don't do when they're at home. So the kids are really seeing how much biodiversity exists in our world.
This was one of the plants we found all the way back there, the first spot. This was one that I think is somewhere over here, right there, I think.
Boys and girls, when you're thinking about biodiversity, turn and talk for just a few seconds and share what you think that means to you. What does biodiversity mean to you? And one of the best things that we find when the students leave here is they have a respect for nature, a respect for all living things. The students who have come on this field study who are very apprehensive and feeling nervous about the experience end up leaving with a joyful look on their face.
Mr. Valegu put it in the container. This thing.
And it was a baby gardener
And it was a
snake.
baby gardener snake. So then Mary took a picture of it, and it's a reptile. So
That was awesome.